You were here before me. I love it. That's the first time ever that has happened. I appreciate it so much. Already got the comments going, got the likes going, got everything. We are rocking here. We are at, I believe the number was 466 was my subscriber count as of the start of the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for all the support, checking in. This is so cool. This like just brings such a smile to my face having comments. Tommy, you are absolutely awesome. Appreciate you so much. It makes me feel like I'm making some steps in the right direction, helping and serving you guys. We're going to talk tonight about I already forgot. No, we're going to talk tonight about doing something new to improve your gig delivery or your small business. And I wrote down some notes. I don't always write down notes, but I wrote down notes tonight. It's on a piece of scrap paper that's some personal information, so I can't show it. But I actually have notes for tonight. So a couple things that we're going to talk about here tonight, some ideas, some brainstorms. But you can already start in the chat. And if you have something new that you've tried, like in the last month or so, that has worked really, really well for you, something new that you've tried in your business, something new that you've tried in gig delivery work, what's something new that is working for you? Or maybe you tried something new and it didn't work, but at least you learned that it didn't work for you. So I've got some ideas and some brainstorms to maybe help you. But the big picture is this. It's really easy to sometimes get in a rut and just do the same thing over and over and over. And if we're not actually taking time to look at our results, we might not realize that doing that same thing doesn't work the way that it used to. Okay, so I'm going to give you one example, and this might be a seasonal example. I don't know, right? Because things are changing, and sometimes where we are in Southwest Florida, we're super busy from like November through April, and then half our population disappears for the next 6 months. But I'm going to give you an example. 2 or 3 times in the last couple of weeks, I've been at Costco for the Costco drop, which, if you're not familiar, the Costco drop is when Instacart tends to send out a bunch of Costco batches all at once. Okay. And it's usually right when or just after the store opens. Okay. And so then everybody fights over them, just like a bunch of dogs fighting over scraps or whatever metaphor that you want to use for that. Um, you know, you get the picture. And generally speaking, you could always get a batch. Sometimes it'd be a great batch, sometimes just be an okay batch, but you'd be good. But I'm going to tell you 2 or 3 times in the last couple weeks, there has been zero good batches that I've seen at the Costco drop. Now, on the same token, the last couple of weeks, there's been 2 or 3 times I've gotten great batches at Costco in the middle of the afternoon when I never would have, including on Sunday this week. I got an $80 batch like in the middle of the afternoon, and today I got a $44 batch for 18 items in the middle of the afternoon. So I have a theory. My theory is this, that people are going to Costco for the Costco drop in the morning, and similar to me, many of them aren't getting anything. Now, Instacart feeds different batches to different drivers, so maybe Instacart doesn't like me too. That's possible. But I'm sensing that maybe after a half an hour of getting nothing, a bunch of drivers might end up, going home, and they're going to be like, hey, I'm just not going to deliver. If Costco's not going to send me any batches, I'm going home. And so now, because there's less drivers there during the day, then when those bigger batches come up, if I happen to be at Costco at that same time, I'm getting batches. Now, I don't know if that is true or not, but that's kind of my theory that I have running here. So what does that mean? The point that I'm making is this, is that I have to be trying new things all the time. I have to be trying new things all the time, because what worked 6 months ago on DoorDash might not be working now. What worked 6 months ago on eBay might not be working anymore. What worked 6 months ago in your private label product might not be working anymore. And you might be doing the same thing. And if you've not evaluated anything, then you might not even realize that that's going. So I will get to all your comments down below in a few minutes. I'm just going to go over kind of my main points that I have. We kind of have a format that we've been doing here. So I'll go over my main points. But if you want to, you can say hello down in the comments below, and you can chime in and just let us know anything new that you've been trying that has been expanding, anything that you've been trying that's been expanding your business, has been changing, growing you, all sorts of things like that. So appreciate everybody showing up tonight, and I will get to all the appropriate comments when there isn't a time to do so in just a few minutes. So we're going to just kind of talk through some different areas. If this applies to you, that's great. If not, let me know if there's like a business or some other area that you would like to know more about. And if I've got some ideas, I can do that. If not, we'll just kind of refer it to our comment section and see if anybody else has some ideas. So for those of you who are doing gig delivery work, so delivering Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart, or any sort of those services like that, here are some things that you could consider trying new. If you kind of feel like you're stuck in a rut, if you kind of feel like things aren't going. First of all, you can try signing up for new apps. One of the things that we talk about here is multi-apping. In other words, having more than one app to get orders from. And so like on a day like today, I got 0 orders from Uber Eats, 0 orders from Grubhub. And I didn't get any great orders from Instacart in the morning. I just did kind of some DoorDash stuff at lunchtime. But then I got a couple of good Instacart orders, a 35 and a 44 later in the day. And so by having multiple apps running and having multiple apps available, it worked really well. So maybe if you're only signed up for one app, consider signing up for a second or a third app, having more choices. And maybe even if you don't use them all, maybe you're only comfortable having 1 or 2 on at a time, you can kind of start to see, hey, this, I can see how I can do this. So for example, DoorDash and Uber Eats are very similar. So if you're comfortable delivering on one, you can get pretty comfortable delivering on another. But also, if you like the Instacart, there's apps like Shipt where you can get on there and do shipping or do shopping for other people and do delivery that way. So you can find apps, or you can say, okay, I want to have a grocery app and I want to have like a restaurant delivery app. So that way, if one is busier than the other, I have the freedom to do that. So that's one of the things you can do that's new, is new apps. Download new apps, apply for new apps. The second thing that you can do is look for new locations. If you've always set up at the same place, right? So if I always set up at Costco Drop at 10 o'clock every morning, but I'm not getting Costco orders at 10 o'clock in the morning, then I need to consider, like, is that really worth my time? Now, maybe it's just a blip. Maybe it's a blip for a week or two, but what if I went to other stores when they opened instead? What if I went to Publix or Fresh Market or Sprouts when they opened? And at least try it and see. And maybe it's just down across the board, but maybe there's a trend shift. Maybe people aren't shopping at Costco quite as much as they once were. Maybe in my community, a different grocery store is getting more. Maybe they're going to a different app. You know, I've noticed, for example, that I'm starting to get Costco orders on Uber Eats, and I've seen other Shipt shoppers getting Costco orders on Shipt. So maybe I need to try doing some of those other apps to get Costco orders if I can't do that. What about a new time, right? Maybe you've never tried delivering from 7 to 10 in the morning in your market. Or maybe you've never tried delivering from 9 to midnight in your market. Now, maybe it's not safe in your market, but maybe you feel comfortable enough doing that. Or maybe you've never tried turning on Earn by Time on DoorDash in the afternoon, so a new mode. So you can look for different opportunities to do things, and you kind of can move from saying, okay, well, this app is bad. Well, maybe that app isn't just, maybe it's not bad. Maybe it's just bad the time that you have it on. And maybe nobody else tries delivering in the afternoon, so there's a bunch of good orders in the afternoon. But you're not going to know unless you're willing to try new things. All right, now let's say you're an eBay seller, right? Well, what can you do new if you're trying to sell on eBay? Well, you could try offering shipping in a different way. What if you added international shipping if you never have? What if you moved to 1-day shipping instead of 3-day shipping? Do you have products that maybe customers would be more likely to pay for today and even pay a little increase if they knew you could ship it out tomorrow? Could you just wake up 20 minutes earlier, a half an hour earlier to get your items shipped out? Would that work if that increased your sales? So you could do that. You could also try changing your listing type. If you only do auctions, what if you made some listings fixed price? If you only do fixed price, what if you added some auctions, right? You can just try new things, and guess what? If the new thing doesn't work, you can go back to the old way. If the old way was the best way, go back to it. But sometimes we get stuck in ruts because we're not willing to try new things. And I want to really encourage you to think about it. Okay, what about for Amazon? Let's say you sell on Amazon. You could switch from merchant fulfilled to FBA, or switch from FBA to merchant fulfilled. Maybe you want to scale up and you can't scale up doing it merchant fulfilled because you can't fulfill those orders fast enough. So you start using the FBA program. Or maybe the FBA program is cutting too much fees wise, and you say, well, I have the ability to ship all these orders out myself. I've got a free hour every evening. What if I just started shipping the orders out myself? I can do it cheaper. I can get it to the customer faster. You have options or things like that. You can also add or change categories, right? So when I sell on Amazon, I do lots of toys, but sometimes selling toys on Amazon can be slow, especially when you're not near or around major seasons like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, can be kind of slow sometimes. So you can look to say, well, maybe during other parts of the year, I'll sell out of some other categories. Or what if you're still selling toys, but what if you start exploring some stores in your town for sourcing that you've never explored before? Like, what if you go and look for an outlet or different things? So, um, so yeah, and I appreciate comments. I'm going to get to all your comments below, and so we will address some of these things because there's good points down. So for sure, I will come back through and do it. But I'm just trying to encourage you to say, if you're stuck in a rut, right? Look, if everything is going good, sometimes you don't want to mess with success, right? But a lot of times, what happens on like these things, we kind of have this slow fade either into complacency or just things don't work as well as we did. We'll give one more example of area, and then definitely want to get to your comments. So please comment away. I appreciate pushback and want to help. Definitely, like the goal here is to help everybody work through this. So YouTube, right? So let's say you are working on YouTube. I'm going to give a personal example here that has helped me. Your video style, trying new thumbnails, trying new thumbnail styles, or for some of you, just starting on YouTube, right? The new thing might be you've been planning out this YouTube channel in your head for 3, 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you're just like, well, I'm not ready to get started. Well, guess what? You're never going to be ready. You're never going to be ready to get started, but you can do that. One example that I'll give you is I was doing these live streams Thursday mornings, and I did them regularly for 6 or 8 weeks and never had more than 1 or 2 people even live at any given time, and never had anywhere near the amount of comments like what you guys are filling up things with here. And so what I did is I tried something new. I just tried doing the same exact concept that I was doing, but at a different time. In part because my schedule was changing and the Thursday morning wasn't going to be available as much anymore, but also because I thought there was something to this. I really wanted to reach out and connect with my subscribers and build my subscriber base and share my heart a little bit more. But if no one was watching, then it didn't matter. Whatever I put together didn't matter if no one's going to see it, right? So I tried something new in a different way. And guess what? If that didn't work, I could have gone back to the Thursday morning, or I could have cut it all together. But sometimes we're in the position of, I'm just done with it. I'm done with DoorDash, or I'm done with Uber Eats, or I'm done with gig delivery work. And there might still be other things that you haven't tried. So I just want to encourage you in this general idea of, if you're stuck in a rut, right? So that's kind of the caveat, the asterisk, the if clause here, right? If you're stuck in a rut, if things aren't going the way that you want them to go, if things are going great, then yes, sometimes it is true. Don't mess with success if things are going great. So that's kind of the theme of today. And I want to encourage you to just think about it. And maybe you're stuck on a new idea, and I want to help you brainstorm that the rest of the time here. Before we move on, we're going to do what we do every night. What are you drinking tonight? And tonight I have orange Gatorade. So I just got back from baseball all-stars practice with my son, and practice went till like 8 something or whatever, but we stayed for an extra hour because I wasn't going to go out delivering that late tonight, and he doesn't have practice for the next few days, so we just did an extra hour practice, just me and him. And so I'm extra dehydrated, so I'm going the cheap sugary route to just do that. So you can comment down below, what are you drinking tonight? Are you drinking water? Are you drinking coffee? You staying up late? All that sort of stuff. So let me come through the comments. I'm going to get caught up on all the comments. Once again, thank you, Tommy Thunder, for getting this live stream started. Tommy has been joining these live streams over the last couple of weeks and just been awesome supporter of the channel. As he says here, help grow the channel, spread the knowledge. A normal family man just trying to get by. Keep up the good work, dog. Appreciate you so much. And I do. I want to just thank everybody who has been subscribing over the last few weeks. We'll do a little channel update here at the very end before we go, so you kind of know what is new and what is coming. We've got lots of different things that we are working on behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, new videos that have dropped, new videos that are coming. But yeah, if you haven't yet done that, hit that subscribe button. You have 100% my permission to subscribe tonight and then unsubscribe tomorrow morning and the next time you see it. I just appreciate you clicking that button, clicking that like button, hitting any comment that you guys do. I just want to feed, well, not any comment, can't say that on YouTube, but any relevant comment. So, name a dog for an edit. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I'm old school. Why am I alone? That's better than you saying, why is there someone over your shoulder? So I'm just going to run with that. All right, Gage. I'll welcome you here, but please don't spam the chat. I don't want to have to block people. I know I'm going to have to at some point. Don't spam the chat, though. All right. Some of these things, I don't know what they mean, so I'm scared to say them live. So you guys are awesome. I'm actually here we're on topic here. Trying new things has a cost, though, and not everyone has the capacity to make those changes. Yes, and absolutely. I think that is so. That is a great point, and I want to take a little time. Like Gage, comment, like, please, but just like, I'm not that big where you need to be posting that often. I mean, like comment, participate. I want you to be here. I don't want to have to be turning on stuff. Like, let me at least grow to a few hundred viewers of my live streams before I have to put on things. I want to keep this friendly, keep this engaging with you guys as much as possible. Appreciate it. No harm, no foul. All right. So let's talk about this. Trying new things has a cost, and not everyone has the capacity to make those changes. Yes. So let me give you some ways to implement trying new things. Okay. And because those are really, I'm going to actually leave that comment on my screen because there's 2 points that I like both of them there. So I'm going to give you just some ways that I think you can consider doing it. So here's the first thing. Sometimes, and it depends on the situation, right? But sometimes you can try a new thing without giving up anything. Okay. So here's what I mean. When I was selling on eBay and not on Amazon, this was years ago, I could sell on eBay and I could try Amazon new, and I did, and I'll tell you exactly how I did it. I took, and at the time, the Amazon rules were a lot more loose than they are now. But what I did is I went through my eBay listings, and I think I found about 20 things from my eBay store that were not selling, that had no interest, and I packaged them up and I sent them to Amazon. And I remember this was like my very first shipment. I didn't spend any extra money other than whatever registration fee I had to for Amazon at the time. I did everything through the Amazon app. I didn't pay for, I was in a group. I was in a paid group that kind of taught me some of the basics, but it was super cheap. It was like, I forget what it was, $20 a month or something like that. I mean, but you're just talking minimal out-of-pocket costs. I didn't pay anything for inventory. Okay, and I packaged up, prepped those 20 items for Amazon FBA that had been sitting in my eBay store, many of them for like 6 months to a year or even longer. And I sent those into Amazon because at this point I was about ready to just redonate them and get rid of them. And I remember sending those into Amazon. And the day that my box checked in, because it's a box of 20 things, not this huge box or anything, the day that box checked in, one of them was a DVD. It was like an exercise DVD. That's about all I remember. Maybe Pilates. Okay, we're talking, 10 years ago or something like that. And I remember it sold the minute it checked in, and my mind was absolutely blown that this item that had been sitting doing nothing in my eBay store sold instantly on Amazon. But I didn't stop selling on eBay, and I didn't stop that income stream to start something new. Okay, so that's one example that I would give you as a way to try a new thing. You can try something new without giving up the old. Okay, another example that I've done is this YouTube channel. So this YouTube channel documenting gig delivery work, growing a small business. I wish I could put a lot more time into it than I can right now, but I can't because I still have my primary income is coming through eBay, through gig delivery work, through some of that stuff. Um, but if I hadn't gotten started on YouTube in January, then I'd be 5 months behind where I am today. And I heard a stat today that the average YouTuber, it takes them roughly 5 months to earn their first dollar through some income stream after starting on YouTube. Okay. And I can tell you with full disclosure that was almost exactly what it was for me. Now, that doesn't mean that my trajectory is going to stay the same as the average YouTuber the rest of the way, but it took about 5 months for me to earn my first dollar through affiliate marketing. In my case, it is through the Upside app. And I've been documenting how to use the Upside app and then building a challenge and then building a team. I now have 4 referrals on Upside that I earn 1 cent per gallon every time they fill up and use the Upside app. And they're earning, depends on the market, but generally anywhere between 15 to 40 to 50 cents per gallon. So I provide the information and a way for people to sign up for Upside to get cash back on gas, people who were not using the app already. So that makes Upside happy. That makes the people reaching out. And of those 4 people, one of them is a friend. The other 3 are people I've not met. Maybe you've been on the stream, but I have those videos up on my channel documenting, and thanking my referrals for doing that. And is that huge money? No. We're talking about $2 in affiliate income that I've made so far through Upside. And I'm very open and honest with this because I'm not trying to trick anybody, fool anybody. Part of the goal of this channel is to monetize it because I'm on a mission to help 10,000 people go from stupid broke to self-defined millionaires. And I know in order to accomplish that mission, I'm going to need money to fund that mission. Okay. But the point that I'm making is I started this YouTube channel without giving up eBay or gig delivery work. I'm just adding an extra thing. And what I'm trading an hour on a night like tonight of me scrolling through YouTube and just consuming and just whatever and I'm trading that for an hour of producing content with the goal of helping other people. So that's what I would just generally say. There is a cost, but the cost doesn't have to be at the expense of whatever else you're doing. And yeah, not everyone has the capacity to make these changes. 100% true. But I would just encourage you to say, if you feel stuck, think of a small change even. It doesn't have to be a big change. So Elsila, hi, how's it going? My fish ate my dog. That sounds like you've got bigger problems than I know. Kitty Monster, you either have a really small dog or a really big fish. The Bridge Burner, keep pushing, big dog. Thank you so much. And that's kind of my same message to you. So my question that I have for you before we get into the channel update and anything else, and we also have people, I'm noticing we're kind of have an audience of people who watch the live stream on replay. Some of them have reached out to me that they actually watch it the next day. So to all of my not live watchers, thank you so much. And I appreciate your comments. Let me know if there are pain points, if there's maybe you need some help. We're going to take on some more things. we're going to actually dig into this topic a little bit more, and I think I'm going to kind of formalize this with just some mini series of things that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this more, and specifically investing in something new to grow your gig delivery work or your small business. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Hey, Carrie King Creates. By the way, if you're looking for someone who is just starting a YouTube channel, which we were just talking about, like trying something new and following the advice of this channel, um, Carrie King Creates is a personal friend, and he is taking time. He is kind of just starting on YouTube, so you should 100% go find his channel and hit him with subscribers. He has a bunch of like old subscribers from like old content that he's cleared off. But we need to get him to 50 subscribers as soon as possible. So please subscribe here before you go over to his channel. But Carrie King Creates, go make sure you hit him if you are interested in anything along the lines of starting your own business, creating, uh, publishing books to go on Amazon Kindle Direct. If you anything like that, he has done so many different creative processes, and he's going to be documenting both his successes and his failures. And so if you like the style of content that I do, he's not as polished as me because he hasn't been doing this for 5 months. But if you like the style, if you like the vibe that we have here, you're going to love the vibe that he has. Yes, creative endeavors of all sorts. And I mean it. Like I partnered with him. So anytime you hear me talking about like I funded a project on Kickstarter, it was 100% with him, and we were partners together. And I would not have been able to do any of the Kickstarter side without him. Just like he needed my help for some of the creating a game stuff. So I really need to bring a Samurai Brothers game. So we created a card game. I really need to bring one and have it like on the background. And they're still available. Samurai Brothers. I should start adding that link, I guess, to my links down below. So, um, let's see. The Bridge Burner. You have a DSP. I should probably know what that is, but I don't know what that is. Maybe it's because I'm tired, or maybe the answer is just no because I don't know, or whatever. So let me know, Bridge Burner. I'm not ignoring your question. I honestly, all I think of is ISP, Internet Service Provider. That's the level of where things are with that. So yeah. Anyway, point is, hit Carrie King Creates if you like the vibe here. I don't know if he's going to be doing lives or anything like that, but he's already put up a couple of videos and a community post, different things. So help a creator out. He is doing exactly what we talk about here, and he's also one of my he is the referral that I was referring to that I know in real life, my referral for Upside. He's also he is the first patron that we have on Patreon. So he is just such a huge supporter of the channel, and I would not be here without his patience for me and encouragement to me. And so like I said, if you like the vibe here, I don't have this vibe, and I'm not, even though I'm not where I want to be, I'd be in a much worse off place if it were not for him and his support and his care for my family and for me over the years. So that is 100% an endorsement. Go head on over. If you're interested in creating anything and you want to learn what does it take to take this thing in my head and make it reality, he is the place to go. That like really did weird things with the light. Okay, made my head look super shiny. So that is my spiel. Sarah, welcome to the live stream tonight. We're talking about different things. If you did not catch all of it, we talked about new things that you can do if you're a gig delivery worker, new things you can do as an eBay seller, Amazon seller, and these are just scratching the surface. There are tons of different things that you can do. And then there's like the whole, and then also YouTube, new things you can do as a YouTube creator. So there's 4 different areas. If you have other areas and you're kind of stuck, or if there's something new you've tried in either your side hustle work or your gig delivery work or your business entrepreneurial work, if whether it's worked or not, let us know in the comments below, whether you're live or whether you're not. Yes, appreciate you, Carrie, so much. And so I guess you won't be watching on replay tomorrow because you already caught it live here tonight. So what I'm going to do, I'm stalling for time a little bit in case any of you have questions, ideas, or pain points on on an area that you're stuck or something that's declining that you really want to do. I would love to just take time to address it. So one of the things we're going to do, and I've seen this in other chats, and I think it's really, really going to help me. If you've got an on-topic question, throw 3 question marks before you type it, so that way I'll catch it. Because this chat, like as I'm scrolling through here, like this is getting kind of like, wow, like there's a lot of comments to look through and everything. We've had that a couple of nights. So if you've got a question that you want addressed and it's on topic, throw 3 question marks before it. That way I will definitely catch it as comments come in. All right, I'm going to give you the brief little channel update as well as some new things that I am trying. We did not have any new videos go up today other than live stream, but we do have a bunch of live streams as well as some of the older ones on Thursdays. So if you haven't done that, one of the biggest things, yes, we're going for 500 subscribers. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, we definitely would appreciate that. But we need help here getting our watch hours up. So I don't care if you don't want to watch every one of my videos, but if you have the ability to put a video on in the background, put it on mute, put it on 2 times speed, or find one of the playlists from my channel and just play them in the background to help get those watch hours up, anything that you can do. I would like it if you'd watch my videos, but anything that you can do to help get watch hours up. I need another 1,500 watch hours. We're trying to do that with lives to help with that as well. I'm trying to figure out if I can do an actual live ride along as well. So I'm trying to figure out if I can do it without having 2 phones that have cell service, because I only have one and I don't really want to take on a new cell phone plan. So I'm trying to figure out if I can make all that work. So I would love to try to do some actual live ride-alongs instead of just the recorded ones, and maybe exchange this office type of setting for just a out and about, so you can kind of see what it's like on a night here. But so we have that. I spent a little bit of time today updating the Patreon, and so this is another way that you can support this channel. I have really big plans for this channel, but I'm not at a point yet where I can take on some of the cool video ideas that I have that I would really like to take on. So I am on the Patreon. There are a bunch of things that you can start adopting at all different cost levels. Okay, so from the very beginning, first of all, there's free. So if you don't have any extra money, 100%, if you just want to sign up as a Patreon as a free member, you will get access to some of the stuff that I post there. Not everything, but you do get extra behind the scenes access, different things, just posting little thoughts. And you can also message me. You have direct access to me. You can just send messages through the Patreon app. I check in there multiple times a day. I get notifications as people comment or like the different posts there. So there's a link to the Patreon in the description, so you can do that, and you can do it 100% free. But if what we're doing here is a blessing to you and you want to come on and support what we're doing here, there are tiers starting at like $5 going up to like $250 where you can adopt different things. So you can either adopt a cup of coffee for me, like buy me 1 cup of coffee a month for like $5. You can adopt this beard, this flowing red beard of awesomeness or Vikingness, whatever you want to call it. You can adopt this beard. Seriously, it's one of the tiers that we have over on the Patreon. So you can adopt a beard. You can adopt a gas tank fill up, right? So we all know the cost of gas. If you want to just cover 1 tank of gas, that gives me freedom to try something new on one of these delivery apps. And if you think about it this way, the more things that people are willing to adopt, the more content that I can produce for you guys that I think will help you, encourage you, help you grow, help you build. Because I have so many videos I want to do, but I just don't have the time, because gig delivery work and eBay is just, that's my whole income right now. And I would love to partner with you to do some really fun stuff, to do some encouraging things, but I just can't make the jump to that without your support. So if you're in a position that you want to do that, there's a bunch of different tiers, and some of them are really high, and I'm not expecting anyone to take any of those tiers. But if it's something that you say, hey, I like what you're producing, I like the content, I like the vibe, and you want to just get behind, there's just every level from free up to like, I forget what it is, $250. I don't know if there's a higher tier than that, but any level that you want that you're willing to support, you can do so on the Patreon. We are super thankful. We're posting content there, not every single day, but multiple times a week. There's a bunch of content already up that is exclusive to Patreon. We even have videos that are just Patreon exclusives. You technically they're hosted on YouTube, but they're private videos that you can't get directly on YouTube. So there's all sorts of things over there. If you want to come on, help this channel grow, um, before we have to, there's hoops that we have to jump to for the monetization from the YouTube side, and we're still working towards that. That's a way that you can help us grow right away. And so you can kind of consider them, they're like memberships, but from what I've heard and learned, a Patreon subscription actually benefits me as a creator more than even YouTube subscription or YouTube members, which we will be hopefully getting to soon once we get to the 500 and get the watch hours up. So that's what we have going on. The ratings climb video is going strong here as well, and tying in, we'll tie this more in tomorrow, but we just posted a video yesterday about the Breville Barista Express espresso machine, and we're going to tie that in because we're going to talk tomorrow night, um, assuming everything goes as planned. That the plan tomorrow night, at least, is talking about investments that you can make that will pay dividends to you down the road. And in my personal opinion, as a coffee lover, a very good coffee machine is a great investment to make because instead of spending $5 to $7 on a cup of coffee every single day, I'm spending way less getting higher quality coffee. So we're going to talk about that, but not just that, but also like tools and other pieces of equipment that I think, and I would encourage you to invest in. So if there are any other questions, I would gladly take them about new things that you can do. But that is where this channel is. I am hoping to get to a day soon. I would love to get to a day by December that this is my primary stream, that not just YouTube, but YouTube and all the different things that we're trying to do here. I have had just an absolute blast with these live streams over the last 2 weeks. It has been so much fun. And then just getting to see some of you guys, and like, I was just blown away tonight. And if you scroll back, if you to the live comments, before I even show up tonight, I got Tommy Thunder on here, just absolutely representing this channel, commenting it. There's likes on it before I even arrive here, and just like, it's humbling to me because I'm just out there struggling just like all of you are. And it's just humbling to me the support that I've gotten from YouTube. And I'm gonna tell you, like, within YouTube, like, to summarize this whole thing, I was nervous to start doing live streams because you hear about things. And look, I know eventually there's going to be things that you're going to have to deal with in a live stream that just comes with the territory. But by just crazy amounts, I've just been absolutely blessed by getting to meet with you guys, interact with you. And if I don't address all your comments exactly perfectly, my apologies. I'm still learning. It's a lot to kind of take in all at once, and I'm trying to study what other YouTube creators are doing, trying to make this as great of an experience for you as possible. But I just want to let you know, you don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay stuck. And if you need ideas, and if you need brainstorms about how to get unstuck, I would love to help you. Sometimes I'm better at helping other people get unstuck than I am myself, right? Like, I joke, if you sent me to your house to clean your house for a day, I would have no problem doing that. But cleaning my own house can be difficult. If you need ideas for your YouTube channel, I have no problems coming up with ideas for your YouTube channel. It's coming up with ideas for mine sometimes. But I I just want you. I care about you guys, even though I haven't met most of you in person, right? I care about you, and I want what's best for you, and I want to move you from wherever you are. And the reason we say self-defined millionaire, I think I have the old slogan. I got to get it updated on YouTube, but it's self-defined millionaires because it's not always about the $1,000,000. That's not what we're all going for, right? Some of you guys I know are looking to have just more family time. You know, maybe the time with your kids is just they're growing up too fast and you're just missing out on things because you're working so much. You want to get past that. Or maybe it's the other side. Maybe your parents, your grandparents are getting really old and you know your time left with them is short. Like, I want you to maximize the time that you have, whether you're young or old, whether you have tons of family or just a few people that you really care deeply about. I care about you enough to set you on a course of freedom. And so I'm just asking, can you support this channel in whatever way works for you? If you can, if all you can afford right now is a like, a comment, and a subscribe, that's fine. I get it. That's all I can do in a lot of ways right now. Um, but if you can afford to support us through Patreon, if you want to adopt this glorious beard, this could be your beard. Well, not your beard, your adopted beard for 1 month on Patreon. I think it'd be fun. If you want to adopt my car for a month and name it for a month, an appropriate name, do that. I want to have fun with it, um, but I want to be real and say like, look, I will give you as much as I possibly can for nothing. Um, but if a bunch of you are willing to give just a little bit, I could give so much more. And I have so much more that I want to give you and I want to prepare for you. If you haven't yet signed up for Upside, that's another way. I know it sounds silly, right? Like when someone fills up, I get 13 cents. Who cares, right? Does that matter? Yes, it matters. And it matters to me. And so all these different things, all these different projects, I'm trying to give so many different ways. And I want to give you my heart in everything I do. And I'm not going to be perfect, and not all my streams are going to be, YouTube awesome. But I care about you guys. I want to help you in any way that I possibly can. And so just thank you so much for all the support that I've gotten over the last couple weeks. Again, likes, comments, subscribes, Patreons, upside referrals. Anyone who clicks through an Amazon link in any of my videos and buys something, I appreciate each and every one of you that clicked on any video, any watch time that you give. I appreciate you guys so much. And I believe that together we can just become this powerful, powerful voice of encouragement and challenge and help people, help all of us together. This isn't a one thing. This isn't a me alone. This isn't exalt me to the top and I'm going to push you down the way. No, I want to bring all of us together. This is not a scarcity thing. This is plentiful. There is so many ways that we can all help each other, and I appreciate the ways that you've been helping this channel so much. If anybody has any other questions, I will gladly take them, but I'm not seeing anything come through. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you who has taken time, whether you're live or on replay. You are all awesome to me. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support. Have a great night. If you're delivering over the next few days, because I'm going to be out a lot, stay safe, make good decisions on deliveries. If you're doing small business work, sourcing product to sell, sourcing inventory, make good decisions, be wise. I wish you the best of sales, the best of growth of your business, the best of growth of your YouTube channels. If you are doing any sort of growing gig YouTube channels, let me know. Definitely want to be subscribing to as many of you as possible who are doing this as well. Thank you all. Have an awesome night.